वसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवके परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Chapter 2, verse 62 and 63 together. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूप जायते सङ्गस्तेषूप जायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायति कामः सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. Contemplating constantly on the objects of senses, a man develops attachment for them. From attachment springs desires, and from desire, unfulfilled, originates anger. From anger arises delusion. From delusion, confusion of memory, from which grows loss of reason, and with loss of reason, discrimination, he goes to complete ruin. So it shows here all this, you can say in series, what's going to happen. Constantly thinking about all the material world, material enjoyment, what's going to happen? You got attached. When I say you, we got attached. Then from that, desire. If that is not fulfilled, anger. So one after another, it's very clearly Bhagavan has mentioned, and towards the end, what is written? He goes to complete ruin. Ruin who? Himself or herself. These two verses normally go together. That's why we are also taking the 62 and 63rd verse together. So, dhyayato vishayan punsah sangas teshupajayate. When a man does not devote himself to God, he does not meditate on God. He broods on objects of senses, because in that case there is nothing else to contemplate on. Yeah. So, two things. Where or, and that's why uh, the sages, the wise men, the saint says all the time, Namasmaran, chanting Lord's name all the time. That's the very reason behind it. Because if we don't do that, then it's a human, it's a mind's nature is going to get attracted towards else. So if we keep on chanting whenever we get time, keep on chanting Bhagwan's name, then more we chant, more we will engage with divinity. And less we chant, the more time will go to the material world. So that's why it says, because in that case there is nothing else to contemplate, only one thing. And then all the material one after the another, one after the another. And that's why our wise men, the elderly, told, okay, if you're making rotli, chant the prayer. If you're going for traveling, chant the prayer. The whole idea behind it, that at least that particular time you will engage. Because the more we keep on chanting in mind the name, be it a small name, that's why I started with Nama Jap, Nama Sparan. You can take the big mantra, I mean, whichever way. But whole idea is to keep mind engaged this way or that way with the divinity. That can bring the big change. We may not notice initially, but the subtle effect is there, and it will bring a good result. That's why Namasmaran. You, if you have read the story, that saint did the jap for Ram 1 crore. 1 crore means 10 million. Yeah. I might be ruined, but then let me tell you, 1 crore means 1 and 7 zeros. Okay. So because I still get confused with the million and billion and trillion, so bear with me, okay? So there are saints, there are even people today's time keep on chanting. It's always there. And in those days, of course, we can't put everybody together. The whole idea is people, if you have seen some people used to keep the mala all the time, at least it will engage themselves. So, dhyayato vishayan punsah sangasteshu upajayate. When a man does not devote himself to God, means he doesn't meditate on God, he broods on objects of sense, because in that case there is nothing else to contemplate on except the world. Thus, by brooding over them, he develops attachment for them. You constantly think about that, and automatically one will get attached with that. Due to this attachment, person enjoys sense object. This enjoyment may be mental or physical. You directly engage with that, you directly enjoying that, or indirectly enjoying that. The pleasure resulting from enjoyment enhances attachment. Because the person is constantly in that company, be it physical or mental, attachment is going to be developed automatically. So, from enjoyment enhances attachment. Due to this enhanced attachment, he repeatedly dwells on sense objects. It is a rule that the enhanced attachment persists whether he enjoys the sense object or not. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. By developing attachment for sensual enjoyment, one has a desire to acquire and enjoy those sense objects. Kamat krodho vijayate. What happened here? One has desire to acquire and enjoy those sense objects. Gratification of desire misleads to greed, and one who creates an obstacle in the possibility of its gratification becomes a victim of anger. I told you so many times, the desire, if it is fulfilled, it's going to create the greed, more. And if it is not fulfilled, it will create an anger. So it says here, becomes a victim of anger. The desire for respect, the desire, it can be anything. It can be anything. Not necessarily desire means only for the money or the property. Desire can be for the honor. The desire for respect and honor on the ground of caste, stage of life and virtues, etc., also causes anger if some obstacle are put in its gratification. Very simple. Because once the person is used to be honored by someone, first chair in the assembly, in the meeting, and by some reason the first row is occupied, and then the person has to be seated in second, third, or the last row, it's very difficult for him or her. Again, that's going to cause an anger. So the desire for respect and honor can be anything. So person did not get the first row. That's an obstacle. And that's going to bring anger. Desires now, it says, two kind. Desire is a rajasic trait, delusion a tamasic one, and anger lies between the two, between rajasic and tamasic. If you are angry with either, it means that you have attachment for something or the other. And that's why even our deaths the final exit. Cremation. Gone. No grave. It's gone. Fine. Merge into five elements. It's gone. No grave. No grave. Yeah. So it means that you have attachment for something or the other. If you are angry with a man who defames you, it means that you are attached to the fame. He has defamed me. It brings anger. At the other hand, it has proved that you are attached with the fame. If you are enraged with a person who censures you, it proves your pride of innocence and so on. It looks simple, but it can bring a big change in one's life. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. From anger ensues delusion. In fact, delusion ensues not only from anger, but also from desire, greed, and attachment. Delusion, born of desire, veils discrimination, and so a man goaded by desire performs undesirable actions. Secondly, out of anger, a deluded person utters harsh and pinching words to even friends and adorable ones, and performs wrong and cruel deeds. When we say about the ahimsa, non-violence, here it says violence should not happen even with the words. And that's why there is a term in our scripture to say manasa vachasa karmana. If I have hurted you with my mind or your mind, with my words or with my action, so, and perform wrong and cruel deeds. Third, delusion born of greed makes a man blind, and he cannot distinguish between the real and the unreal, the right and the wrong, and he cheats others by using fraudulent methods. Fourth, delusion born of attachment creates partiality. In fact, the whole Bhagavad Gita, you can say, started with the partiality. How it started? The two parties were there on the battlefield, on the Kurukshetra. Okay? One side is the Pandav, sons of Pandu. Another side, Kaurav, sons of Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra and Pandu were brother. Right? Pandu passed away. Okay. and Dhritarashtra was looking after the kingdom. The war is about to start. And what is the first question? I mean, the first verse of Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtravacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Mamaka Pandavaschaiva. Underline the word Mamaka means my sons and the Pandav. He was not supposed to be partial. His brother's son, Pandav means. But partiality. What it says here. Delusion born of attachment creates partiality. Mamaka Pandavas Shaiva. My sons and the Pandav sons. So now the question arises, why Bhagavan has said the delusion ensues from anger while it ensues from desire, greed and attachment. Why Bhagavan has mentioned he is here? I mean, question and the sub-question. Greed and attachment as well. If we give a serious thought, we come to know that goaded by desire, greed and attachment, a man thinks of his own selfish motive and pleasure, while in anger he thinks of doing evil to others. Thus, delusion born of anger is more disastrous than that born of the other three. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna has said the delusion ensues from anger. Sammohat smruti vibhramaha. From delusion arises confusion of memory. It means that a man forgets his aim to attain salvation. Yeah. I told you that it so happens that if we go to mall, sometimes the real thing for what we went there to buy, we forget, and all other kachro. That's the human nature. So it says the confusion of memory. It means that a man, means you and me, forgets his aim to attain salvation. We forgot why we are here. What's the aim and objective for being here? So, his aim to attain salvation or to follow the spiritual path in accordance with the ordinance of the scriptures, etc. It has told, I mean, when we start the next chapter, probably in few months, not few months, few weeks you can say, in chapter 3 and chapter 4, in both chapter 3 and 4, one line, I mean one verse, the half sentence comes, that is repeated twice in chapter 3 and 4. It says, Mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvasah. It will come when we will take, but we'll discuss that. But we need to decode that, or we need to understand how to read between the lines. Mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvasah. Here it has told little differently, I mean explained little differently by Swami Ram Sukdas ji. In accordance with the ordinance of the scripture. What the ordinance of scripture? Mama Vartmandu. Bhagwan has told very clearly, those who walk on the path which is sown by me are manushya, are human. I mean, look, this can be interpreted in so many ways. That means those who have not chosen the path which I have told are not Manusya, are not human. Yeah, they are in the human body, but Manusya Rupena Mrugas Charandi, they are in form of human, but they are cattle, animal. Manusya Rupena Mrugas Charandi. So the ordinance of scripture is there. Smriti Bhramshat Buddhinasho. From confusion of memory arises loss of reason. Man cannot discriminate between right and wrong. Buddhinashat pranashyati. Loss of discrimination paves the way to self-destruction. Therefore, it's obligatory for all strivers to devote themselves heart and soul to God in order to escape self-destruction. Brooding on the objects of senses leads to attachment, attachment leads to desire, desire to anger, anger to delusion, delusion to loss of memory, loss of memory to loss of reason, and finally, loss of reason leads to utter ruin. Complete gone. Utter ruin. Though it takes time to describe this order, yet the rise of these propensities leading to the destruction of man is as fast as death caused by an electric shock. So we have to be extra careful if at all the teaching of this particular two verses are that Dhyayato Vishayan Punsan Sangaste Shupajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamah Kamat Krodho Vijayate Krodad Bhoti Samoha. So I mean, it's all series one after the another. You have to be extra careful, and that's why the wise man says that control your thoughts. You will become what you think. That's why keep on thinking good. That's why our sages has demanded Anu Bhadra Kratavo Yandu Vishwatah. Let the noble thoughts come to us from all sides. Good thought. That's why reading
It's 20 hours.
or the studying of scriptures have been emphasized, because that can mold our life. Anyway, we going to conclude today's talk because I need to attend the meeting now. Okay, and today's discussion, whatever you like, credit goes to all the sage, all the wise men, all the scripture whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied, absolutely, absolutely nothing belongs to me. And as you know, that our main reference book is Sadhak Sanjeevani, commentary given by Swami Ram Sukdas ji. We will recite 73rd verse of 18th chapter. Nashto moha smrudirlabdha tvat prasadan maya achyuta sthitosmi gata sandeha karishyē vacanam tava.